This is so uncomfortable.
Well, I can't hold it because I need to figure out this.
Yeah, just put it right here.
Sure.
We should keep this in. This is what it's like to run a business like this sometimes. It's very annoying.
I might cut my beard. Just realized that.
I think you should. I was thinking about that earlier.
Yeah, should we take a break so you figure out the nails and we're ready to start maybe?
I'm waiting for you!
Okay, well, sorry that I need to set up our...
No, I'm just... Diara is chilling.
Okay.
I'm chilling, right? Yes. See, we're just waiting because you're starting.
Chapter 2 of our business journey, lead generation. And this is the first video of 2024. I had quite a rough start. I didn't have a very relaxing time in Germany, and then I got sick right after New Year's Eve for like a week or so.
Yeah, that's very juxtaposed with the 2024 that I had, or that I started with. So I chose to stay back in Lisbon, and it was really amazing. I got to spend some time with Apollo and also some solo time. I saw some friends, but it was really rest and restoration time. And this was the first year that I've come into the new year not feeling like I'm hitting the ground running, I'm going. And that also intersects with a shift that we made into 2024 with LBB. So instead of this cohort model, which I think we mentioned during our last video, we've moved to a one-on-one model, and it allows people to kind of hop in when they're ready, move at their own pace, but it also allows us more space to work more on the business rather than in the business, which leads to something new that's happening.
Yeah, one of the things that we noticed is before that we had this cohort, right? And if you have a cohort, there's a specific starting date, which means there's a little bit of urgency for someone to say yes, because if they don't say yes at that time, then they need to wait 3 months or longer for the next cohort to start. With an ongoing enrollment model, this urgency is not there anymore. And humans just like to wait. If they're like, oh, this is an investment, I don't know. So the default is to just not do anything and wait. So we're still trying to figure out how can we create some urgency or some incentive for people, if they're interested, to sign up now rather than just waiting and then nothing ever happens. Yeah, and then lead gen. This is the big thing that we are trying to figure out right now. In such a way that we don't always have to be proactive, going to networking events, reaching out to people.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, because if we don't feel like it, and then in a year or two when we have a baby, it's just very time intensive. So what we're doing right now is we're basically trying 2 different lead generation methods at once. One is with an appointment setter. We found a person and she's super amazing. She's doing really great work, who is basically reaching out for us all the way to the point where she books a call and then we just have to take the call. And yeah, she's super great, but how well it works, how good the results really are, we're still figuring that out. This is the second week, the third week.
It's quite early. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
but I already have a discovery session booked, so
yeah, that's good.
And a couple more people on deck, so it's working.
Technically, if we get only 1 client per month through her, it's already worth the investment. So yeah, and then the second thing is building our funnel, and the first part of that is to create a video sales letter. And we are working with someone who's helping us with this. So we wrote down the first draft of the script basically, or the first outline. And right now we're waiting for feedback. And then hopefully at the end of next week, we have it filmed already. That would be super amazing. Because the VSL, the video sales letter, is only one part, a really important part of this whole funnel. But we need to create an email series. We need to create a lead magnet, or like we need to get people to see the VSL, which this will be on us right now. Maybe in the future we will have ads running, but yeah, that's that. And on a technical side, I think in the last video we mentioned that we work with John and his team, and they were introducing us to Go High Level, which is this all-in-one marketing software basically. And we transferred that now over to our own account. Haven't really done so much with it yet, but the whole funnel will live inside of this software, Go High Level.
Something else that we've been considering in this new year is what does niching down even more look like? So right now we're serving seasoned 9-to-5ers who want to transition their skills, experience network, etc. into their own coaching or consulting business. And that's cool. And we're also wondering if there's opportunity to niche down even more, to position ourselves a bit more so people that are managers working maybe in this industry who want to transition to coaching or consulting, we're the go-to people for them. So that's still to be determined if we want to shift that around, but we're practicing and playing and beta testing some things, so we'll see how things land.
Yeah, and I think it's the more we go into like funnels and having specific marketing strategy, the more important it becomes that we are really talking to one type of person, one avatar. And within that, another open question is, what is their starting point? Is their starting point that, or the current situation, is their current situation that they don't have the freedom and fulfillment in their job and they just wish they could somehow get out of it and somehow create the lifestyle that they want? And then we come in and we educate them and there's a possibility and so on. Or do they already know they want to they want to start their own thing? Maybe they even know that they want to become a consultant or a coach, but they just don't know how. They're afraid. They're, have all different kinds of inner blocks and barriers. And we come in speaking to that path and say, hey, we can help you become a coach or a consultant. So yeah, that's still an open question. Another big one.
So something else that's shifted for us this year, I mean, it's first week of February and so many new things are happening, which is cool, is we now have completely distraction-free mornings. And by mornings, I mean until maybe 2:33 p.m. every weekday. No phones, no emails. And what this has allowed us to do is really get into a flow state and focus our time and energy when we're the most fresh on the things that really matter, instead of getting distracted or succumbing to resistance that comes up because we don't want to do certain things. And a part of this shift also involved moving our training sessions with our personal trainers from the morning to the evenings. And I'm a former athlete. I used to work out in the mornings, and I was like, if I don't work out in the mornings, then I'm not working out. Like, I'm just a morning workout person. And that was such a limiting belief because I'm realizing, wow, I love working out in the afternoons and the evenings because I can wake up, I can do my morning routine, breath work, etc., and then I can go straight into my work block. And this is our first week doing it, and I think it's been up and down only because it hasn't been kind of a perfect, we haven't perfectly implemented the system, or at least I haven't been so disciplined. So, but the beautiful thing about that is that I've noticed on the days when I may be catching my phone before the morning block ends, or I'm on email, that I when I reflect at the end of the day, it wasn't such a strong day. I wasn't so focused. I don't feel so kind of accomplished, like I did the things I wanted to do. And so I'm rambling.
No, that's good.
So I'm excited to see how things continue to evolve with that, because it's been really helpful when I've stuck with it.
Yeah. I want to add to that this is, I think, one of those shifts where if we keep it, we will benefit for the rest of our lives from it. And this whole focus topic, Yara started reading a book called Stolen Focus, which is super cool. For me, it's, you can think that you're already focused, but like you can be more focused. And if you are more focused, meaning there's less distractions, not only are we more productive, it also feels better. Yeah, one other thing that has to do with lead generation and kind of how our business is evolving is, we already said that, but even more now, Diara is the lead in LBB and taking responsibility for making the program better and so on. And then this whole lead generation thing, I want to really take the lead on and get really good at and study it, because this VSL thing is like quite a deep rabbit hole, and there's a lot to learn about it and the human psychology and different ways to do it. So yeah, I'm excited to really focus on that.
I feel like that connects really beautifully to this other piece about role delineation. So you could call me the head of product, and you can call Jan the head of marketing or lead generation. And of course, we're both kind of sliding in and out of both of those spaces, but it's an example of what it looks like when someone has a domain, they're the lead, that's their main focus. And it just allows for more productivity, more efficiency, and for fewer conflicts when maybe we have a difference in opinion. And it also makes it super clear who's responsible for what. So we did this, and I'm looking at it right now on the other wall. I led us through a kind of 3-year visioning exercise focused on what it will look like when we manifest our 3-year vision. What are some of the things we want to see as a result of that? And from there, we'll be finalizing our 1-year strategy. So if we want to move towards that 3-year vision, what does our 1-year strategy look like? And it was a really cool exercise. And eventually, once it's done, that vision is going to go on this wall. It's going to become an art piece in frames and really nice, so we can see it every day. Yeah.
The one thing I want to say here is we started this a week ago, maybe longer even. And then I have like a vision board, like visual for our life, that is also in process. And coming back to focus, I feel an urge to finish those things, so that things are completed. Because every time I open up another project, topic, book, or whatever, and it's not completed, then it's just kind of in the back of my mind all the time. And so I want to close some loops and then be very deliberate, is the right word, on what to focus on.
Yeah, I think that's one of the challenges that maybe I feel I think that's one of the challenges I feel like we're maybe experiencing is there's so many different things that we want to do, that we want to explore, like this vision, and coming up with our 1-year strategy is so important. And working in organizations, it was something that often it was like, we have to like drag ourselves out of our work to do this thing, but it's such an important thing. And it's also something that when you have to deliver to a client, when you're working on something that's related to lead generation, that kind of falls lower on the priority list. And so, and also just, for me at least, like I don't want to work all the time. I think I have a little bit of PTSD from when I burnt out. So like working on that, finding a better balance. But I think it's also related to, just how we're flowing in and out of our work life in general, which is actually a great segue into maybe the last piece, just about how we're fitting in our actual relationship, lover, partner time into all of this as well.
Yeah, we started, maybe because I was sick or I don't know, we started watching a show, Money Heist, and it's entertaining and but also it's just, I mean, if I'm like very direct, I would say it's a waste of time. Like watching series is a waste of time. I don't really want to do this. It's not the person I want to be. I would rather every now and then watch a really good movie, but those series, it's just a different form of addiction than social media, but it's the same thing, right? Netflix, they try to just keep you glued to Netflix. So, and not only that, but also we're doing it in the evening where we could connect with each other and do like some high quality, activity that brings us closer together, and we really feel like we are spending time together as a couple. If you're looking together in a screen, then that's not really it. Even though I know for a lot of couples that's just kind of their evening activity together. But so we are in the last few episodes from Money Heist, and then we have no more series, and after 8 p.m. or whatever. Like we have dinner, we don't work anymore. After our workout, which is at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., then we can just hang out together, right? If you're not meeting friends or going in the city or something, we can play a game, maybe listening to an audiobook together, maybe do some art, all of those.
Acro-yoga.
Maybe some movement things, acro yoga.
Wrestling. We have a list of things we could do.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that wraps it up. Anything else to add?
No, I'm ready to cook.
Ready to cook.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is the one last thing that I actually noted down here. We are on week 5 now of our protocol, which means we're like on a strict schedule on kind of when to eat, what to eat, taking our supplements. So we haven't been eating out since the start. And it's cool. It's going pretty well, I would say. We're making a lot of buckwheat bread.
Oh, it's
And
so good.
other cool things.
It's actually much easier than I thought it would be because what we're eating is so comparable to what we were eating before, just a bit simpler. I would say the hardest thing for me are all the pills. Just like we have to eat 3 meals a day, which is not our typical flow. We typically eat 2 meals a day. So having to take pills before the first meal and then take the first meal with a bunch of pills, and then you have to wait, and then you have to take pills before the second meal. It's just so much. It's very regimented with the additional meals, so it's a little bit challenging for me sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I could do this for another 3 months.
Whoa, okay.
But I kind of want tomatoes back, so maybe not. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done.
We're done. Thanks for watching.
Ciao.
Bye.
Okay. She's gonna be here in like 5 minutes, and yeah, I just wanna.
Please turn off the camera.